Today, I'm going to talk about how to learn English 3 times better based on science. Do you want to study efficiently? If so, stop rereading your notes and textbooks over and over again. Most learners read their notes again and again. They highlight every sentence. They feel ready. But on test day, they forget everything. Here is the truth. The study methods everyone trusts might not be that effective. Science has proven this. The book Make It Stick by Peter C. Brown shows us why. It also shows us how to learn the right way. In this video, you will learn the real science of learning. You will discover simple methods to remember more. You will study less and get much better results. Are you ready? Let's start. Chapter 1. The problem with rereading. Rereading your notes makes you feel smart, but it does not help you remember. Imagine a student named Yuki. She has a big English test tomorrow. She reads her textbook 3 times. She feels confident, but the next day she cannot remember the key words. She fails the test. Why does this happen? Rereading only feels like learning. This feeling has a name. It is called an illusion of knowing. This means you think you know something, but you actually do not. Your brain needs a challenge to grow. Easy reviewing does not challenge your brain. So your brain does not store the information well. It's just like taking a road trip to a place you've been to before. You think you know the way, but when you actually drive, you get lost. Rereading is the same. It feels like learning, but you can't remember the information during tests. The conclusion is clear. Rereading is not a good study method. It wastes your time. It gives you false confidence. So what should you do instead of rereading? The answer is in the next chapter. Chapter 2. Retrieval Practice Test Yourself. Let me ask you something. When do you check if you know something? Most people check after studying. But what if testing yourself is the studying? This is called retrieval practice. Retrieval practice means pulling information out of your memory on purpose. Every time you try to remember something, your brain gets stronger. Think of your memory like a muscle. If you never use it, it gets weak. But every time you practice remembering, the muscle grows bigger and stronger. Here is an example. Tom is learning English vocabulary. Every day, he covers the answers and tries to remember each word by himself. He gets many words wrong at first. But after 2 weeks, he remembers almost everything. His friend Anna just rereads the word list every day. After 2 weeks, Anna remembers much less than Tom. Tom did not study more than Anna. He just studied in a smarter way. Testing yourself is one of the best ways to learn. It is better than rereading. It is better than highlighting. Here is a number that will shock you. Karpicki and Rediger at Washington University did a study in 2008. They divided the students into 2 groups. One group reread. The other group used retrieval practice. They tested students 1 week later. Students who only reread scored about 28%. Students who used retrieval practice scored about 81%. That is almost 3 times higher. And this is just from changing how you study. Not how long you study. But there is a trick to make retrieval practice even more powerful. It is about timing. And we will talk about that next. Chapter 3. Spaced Practice. Don't cram. Have you ever studied all night before a test? Did you remember that information 1 week later? Probably not. Cramming means studying a lot in a very short time. Cramming works for one day, but your brain forgets the information very quickly after that. The better way is called spaced practice. Spaced practice means spreading your study time over many days or weeks. Imagine two students. Both study for 3 hours total. Student A studies for 3 hours the night before the test. Student B studies for 1 hour on 3 different days. On test day, both do well. But 1 month later, student B remembers far more. Why does this happen? Every time you come back to study again, your brain works hard. It tries to remember what you learned before. This hard work makes the memory stronger. It is like going to the gym. One long workout does not make you strong. Regular small workouts over many weeks make you strong. Think of it like watering a plant. You cannot water a plant only one time. You need to water it a little bit every day. The conclusion is simple. Space out your studying. Do not cram. Small study sessions over many days are much better. Bahrick's research at Ohio Wesleyan University showed something powerful. Information studied over a long period was remembered for years, but information that was crammed was forgotten within weeks. Now here is a question. When you learn something, don't you think it's better to focus on just one thing? But this book says there is a better way. Let's find out in the next chapter. Chapter 4. Interleaving, mix it up. Most students study one topic at a time. They practice grammar for 1 hour, then vocabulary for 1 hour. This feels organized and efficient. But is it the best way? Actually, mixing different topics together works better. This is called interleaving. Interleaving means switching between different topics or skills during one study session. Here is an example from the book. 2 groups of baseball players practiced hitting. Group A practiced one type of pitch at a time. Group B practiced different types of pitches mixed together. Group A felt more confident during practice, but Group B performed much better in real games. Why? Interleaving forces your brain to solve a new problem each time. Your brain cannot go on autopilot. It has to work harder. And harder work means stronger memories. For English learners, mix grammar, vocabulary, and listening practice together. Do not just do one thing for a long time. Switch between different skills. Here is a simple example. Study grammar for 15 minutes. Then practice vocabulary for 15 minutes. Then do a listening exercise for 15 minutes. Repeat this cycle. It may feel harder, but your results will be much better. Mixing topics feels uncomfortable, but it leads to much better learning over time. Research by Rohrer at the University of South Florida showed clear results. Students who used interleaving performed significantly better on tests. The improvement was consistent across different subjects. So now you know about mixing topics. But what about making mistakes? Is getting the wrong answer bad for learning? Find out in the next chapter. Chapter 5. Embrace difficulty. Mistakes help you learn. When you make a mistake, how do you feel? Embarrassed? Frustrated? Most people want to avoid mistakes. But what if mistakes are actually good for learning? The book calls this desirable difficulties. This means challenges that feel hard, but they make your learning stronger in the end. Here is a story from the book. A group of medical students changed how they studied. Instead of reading first, they tried to answer hard questions. They did this before learning the material. They did not know the answers yet. They made many mistakes. But after learning the correct answers, they remembered the information much better than before. Why did this happen? Struggling to find an answer prepares your brain. It makes your brain ready to receive new information. It is like preparing the soil before planting a seed. A seed on hard ground will not grow well. But if you prepare the soil first, the seed grows strong. For English learners, this means something important. Try to use new words before you study them perfectly. Try to speak before you feel 100% ready. Make mistakes, then learn from them. Each mistake is a gift to your brain. Difficulty is not the enemy of learning. It is the engine of learning. Do not run away from hard challenges. Welcome them. Research by Kapoor at the National Institute of Education showed this. It was done in Singapore. Students who struggled with problems first did better. They showed stronger understanding over time. Their results beat students taught the correct method from the start. You now know 5 powerful learning methods. But there is one more key idea. It changes how you see yourself as a learner. And it changes everything. Chapter 6. Growth Mindset and Knowing Yourself. Let me ask you this. Do you think your intelligence is fixed? Or can it grow? Many people believe they are just not good at English. They say this every day. They think it is a fact. But science says this is not true. The book talks about believing you can improve. This connects to what researcher Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset. A growth mindset means your abilities can grow. Hard work and good strategies make this possible. Here's a story. 2 students start learning English at the same level. Student A thinks, I am bad at English. I will always be bad. When he makes mistakes, he gives up. Student B thinks, I am not good yet, but I can improve. When he makes mistakes, he tries harder. He does not give up. 1 year later, student B is much better than student A. Not because he was smarter at the start, but because he believed he could grow. His mindset was different, and that made all the difference. The book also teaches us to understand our own learning. This is called metacognition. It means thinking about how you think and learn. It is like being the coach of your own brain. When you understand how your brain works, you choose better study strategies. For example, after each study session, ask yourself, what did I remember? What did I forget? Why? This simple habit helps you learn faster. Your mindset shapes your results. Believe in your ability to grow. Know how you learn best? Then use the right strategies from this video. Dweck's research at Stanford University showed clear results. Students who were taught a growth mindset improved their performance. They did better than students without this mindset. The results lasted a long time. Conclusion. The science of learning. Let's look back at what we learned today. First, rereading does not work well. It creates an illusion of knowing. Second, retrieval practice is very powerful. Test yourself often. Pull information out of your memory. Third, use spaced practice. Study a little bit over many days. Do not cram the night before. Fourth, use interleaving. Mix different topics together in one study session. Fifth, embrace difficulty. Mistakes help your brain grow stronger. Sixth, have a growth mindset. Believe you can improve. Know how you learn. These are not just ideas. They are proven by science. They can change the way you learn English. Remember the number from Chapter 2. Just switching study methods raised scores from 28% to 81%. That is almost 3 times. Add spaced practice and interleaving, and the difference grows even more. Science shows that the right methods can change your results dramatically. Start small. Try one method this week. Maybe test yourself instead of rereading your notes. Maybe space out your study sessions. See what happens. This is a small channel, but I want to make it a great channel with all of you. If you have any opinions or suggestions, please leave a comment below. If that is too much, just press the like button. That means a lot to me. Want to practice more English listening? Check out the other content on this channel. Please subscribe so you do not miss any new videos. See you in the next one.